Hello, and welcome to the ELPS Financial Aid Orientation. My name is Armenka Kashmanian, and I'm the Assistant Director of Counseling and Customer Service at the Financial Aid and Scholarship Department. What I would like to do today is take a few minutes to share some important financial aid information with you. So our agenda for today will cover topics such as cost of attendance, types of aid available, how to apply for aid, is there summer aid available, things that can impact aid eligibility, and then at the end I'll share some important resources that you can access. So let's start with cost of attendance. So as you can see from the slide, there are two different types of cost of attendance. One is for students who are living at home, and the other is for students who are living on or off campus. And once again, as you will note from the slide, the cost for students who are living on or off campus is greater than the students who are living at home with parents. Ideally, your financial aid package will cover that entire cost. And as you'll note on the slide, what the cost includes is not only your tuition and fee for the academic year or the semester, but also other educationally related expenses such as books and supplies, room and board, transportation, and miscellaneous costs. So I'm here to tell you that graduate students can afford college, and there is help available in the form of scholarships, federal student loans such as the Stafford loans and the Graduate Plus loans, and private education loans. And as we go through this presentation, we will talk a little in depth about each of those programs. So let's start with scholarships. What I would strongly suggest each one of you to do is to invest some time in doing scholarship searches. The first place you should start your scholarship search is on the financial aid website at www.csun.edu/financial aid. We have a wealth of information on our website in terms of on and off campus scholarship opportunities. We have an easy online application process called STARS Online. One of the scholarship programs that you should definitely apply for is the CSUN's Matador Scholarship Program, which is targeting graduate students. And also, I would suggest for you to sign up on Facebook to receive new scholarship updates every Tuesday. And you can see the Facebook address on the slide. And then this is a little snapshot of the online application process called STARS Online. Okay, for graduate students, the biggest source of funding comes from the federal government in the form of federal student loans. The federal government offers what's called the Federal Direct Unsubsidized Stafford Loan Program for graduate students. Let's look at the details of that program. So the Federal Direct Unsubsidized Stafford Loan is available to all students regardless of income. Credit is not considered to be eligible for this student loan. Repayment on the loan begins 6 months after you graduate or fall below half-time or withdraw. The current interest rate is at 6.8%, and you, the student, are responsible for any interest that accrues while you are in school. The government is not subsidizing the interest while you're in school. Your award package will always include the maximum loan eligibility. However, you can choose to accept a lower amount. If you choose to accept a lower amount, once again, you will need to access the CSUN student portal and put in, as you are accepting the loan, the lower amount that you are choosing to borrow. In addition, you must maintain at least half-time enrollment to be eligible for the loan. Half-time enrollment for graduate students is defined as 4 units. The next type of funding that the federal government offers is what's called the Graduate Plus Loan. This loan is different in many ways from the Stafford loans, and the biggest difference is that this is a credit-based loan. So the Department of Education will run a credit history and determine if you will be approved for the loan. If approved, the loan carries a 7.9 interest rate. The interest accrues while you're in school. The government does not subsidize the interest, and repayment begins once the loan is fully disbursed. So in essence, repayment begins while you're in school. To request a Graduate Plus loan, you must submit what we call a Graduate Plus loan request form. This form is available on the financial aid website. Again, you must be enrolled at least half-time, meaning 4 units. And for the Graduate Plus loan, there is no annual loan limit. Basically, a student can borrow up to their cost of attendance minus any other aid that they've received. Lastly, what I want to cover is private education loans. These loans are credit-based loans offered through private lenders. Students apply directly with a lender of choice. If lender pre-approves the student based on credit, an electronic certification request is sent to the school. In terms of enrollment requirements, interest rate, program eligibility, all of that is determined by the lender, and it can vary from lender to lender. So my suggestion would be to perhaps do a comparison. Choose 3 lenders and do a comparison in terms of interest rate, in terms of when repayment begins, in terms of is there minimum unit requirements to be eligible for the loan. On private education loans, there is no annual loan limits. Again, you can borrow up to cost of attendance minus other aid awarded. And on this slide, you'll note a website that I've included. If you would like to get additional information, visit www.finaid.org. Okay, let's talk about summer aid. Summer is for financial aid purposes, is considered a trailing term and is not, in essence, part of the regular academic year. So there is a separate summer aid process put into place. There is limited summer aid available. It comes in the form of remaining eligibility of Stafford loans up to the maximum annual limit. So for example, if the annual loan limit on a Stafford loan is $20,500 and you have only borrowed $10,000 of that eligibility during fall and spring, you have the remaining $10,500 to borrow during your summer term. Of course, that maximum amount will also depend on what the summer cost of attendance will be. The other type of aid that you may be eligible for during the summer is the Graduate Plus loan. It will be available upon request and, of course, credit approval. You must initiate the process for both the Graduate Plus loan and the Stafford loan by submitting the the appropriate summer Stafford loan activation form and the Graduate Plus loan request form for summer. And once again, you must maintain at least half-time enrollment during summer to be eligible for both of these loans. Okay, now that we have covered the types of aid available and given you an idea of how you can finance your education, let's talk about how to apply for aid. So there's one application for financial aid, and that's the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. The simplest and easiest way to submit your FAFSA is to do it online at fafsa.gov. The application process begins January 1st. Priority deadline is March 2nd. I highly encourage you all to submit your application by the priority deadline. Each year you have to reapply and renew your FAFSA, as each year we will review your eligibility and determine how much and what type of loan you're going to be eligible for. To submit the FAFSA, you are going to need what's called a PIN, Personal Identification Number, that's issued to you by the Department of Education that allows you to sign your FAFSA electronically. One of the recent changes that the Department of Education has put into place is the use of the IRS data retrieval tool that's available while you're doing your FAFSA online, that will allow you to retrieve income information directly from IRS to populate income fields on the FAFSA. As you're doing the FAFSA, there will be a filtering question or questions that will determine if you are eligible to use this tool. And if you are eligible to use it, I highly encourage all of you to use it, because it will simplify things down the line. Should we need to verify your income information, and if you have used the IRS data retrieval tool, we will no longer request income documentation from you. Okay. So what happens next once you submit your FAFSA? The Financial Aid Office will receive the FAFSA information electronically. We may request additional documents, so be sure to check our website for document deadline dates. Usually it's early May. For example, for the 2012-13 award year, May 1st will be our document deadline date. And as I stated before, if proof of income is requested and you are a tax filer, you must provide IRS tax transcripts unless you use the IRS data retrieval tool while doing the FAFSA. So that's why it's important, and I highly encourage all of you to use this tool when doing your FAFSA application. Couple of things to note. CSUN email and student portal is the official means of communication. So very important that you check your CSUN email regularly, you check your student portal regularly. Financial Aid Office, once we determine your eligibility, we will send an award notice email to your CSUN email address. Aid is awarded for the academic year, meaning fall and spring. Aid begins dispersing 10 days prior to the start of the term, provided that you meet eligibility criteria such as half-time enrollment, that you've accepted your loans, that you've satisfied any other requirements that we may have, such as loan entrance counseling, master promissory note, any other documents that we may have requested. Once your aid pays out, it's applied to outstanding charges first, and then funds in excess of your charges are sent to you for your educationally related expenses. One of the ways that you can help yourself to receive the excess funds faster is to sign up for e-refund, and the web address is listed on the slide where to go to sign up for e-refund, and there is an excellent frequently asked questions posted on that website as well that will explain the e-refund process. Let's talk about things that can impact your aid eligibility. Of course, if you don't apply for aid, you can't receive aid. So the most important thing is to submit your FAFSA and to get it in by the March 2nd deadline, and to submit any document requests by the document deadline. And again, typically it's early May, May 1st for the upcoming academic year. Enrollment is another major thing that can impact aid eligibility. So again, as a graduate student, for loans, you want to be sure to be enrolled at least half-time. The other thing that can impact aid eligibility is satisfactory academic progress. We check satisfactory academic progress on an annual basis at the end of the spring term. And there are several areas where we check this progress. One is we want to be sure that you are in good academic standing with the university. Typically, this means at least a 3.0 GPA as a graduate student. The other area that we check is your pass rate. You must be passing at least 80% of your CSUN units attempted by the end of the spring term. And lastly, we check for maximum unit cap. And how that's defined is you must complete your graduate degree within 125% of units required for your degree. So very, very important that that you focus and do well in your courses and pass, as mentioned, at least 80% of the units that you attempt, and only take courses that are required for your degree. Okay. Some resources that I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that I wanted to share with you is several websites that are listed on the slide. One is the FAFSA website, fafsa.gov. That's where you go to do your FAFSA application electronically. The PIN website, where you can obtain your personal identification number that will allow you to sign your FAFSA electronically. Information about student loans on the studentloans.gov website. And then private education loans, finaid.org website. Also, another tool that I encourage all of you to take advantage of is the money management tool that's available on our website. There's a wealth of information on several topics, from how to save money, how to live within your means, how to budget, what is a credit card or credit scores, identity theft. There are interactive tools such as Cash Course and Financial Literacy 101 that I would highly encourage all of you to take advantage of. This is something not only that will be useful for you while you're in school, but well beyond school, that you can utilize throughout your life. I would encourage all of you to visit our website at www.csun.edu/financial aid. I also encourage all of you to call or visit our department if you have additional questions. We are here to help. We're located in the lobby of Bayramian Hall. Our phone number is 677-4085. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we are open late, 10 to 6:30. And then Fridays, we're here 8:30 to 4. So if you have any additional questions, visit our website, call us, or stop by Bayramian Hall. I thank all of you for taking the time to listen to this presentation, and I wish you much success in your current program. Thank you.